Oh, I see that we have people coming in. And we are live. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to another Employer Spotlight. So hello, hi Bani, hi Rui, and hi Adi.
Hi,
Hi.
Kenny.
Hi,
Alright.
Kenny, and hi, everyone.
Hi everyone, welcome to another Employer Spotlight. Today we have our friends from Orsted Services Malaysia. So Orsted is actually a technology software company that produces renewable energy. All right. So we are currently streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also YouTube. No matter where you're looking at this from, please say hi to us in the comments. We can actually see all your comments. We can see a few. Hi Chong Wei. Hi Ali. Hi everyone. All right. So today is your chance to get to know more about Orsted as a company, what their company culture is like, how the people like there, and also find out about opportunities at Orsted itself. So please, if you have any comments, any questions as well, please let us know, and we'll actually be able to answer them today. Yeah. All right.
Sure.
So we're gonna start first with a simple introduction. Benny, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. My name is Benny Jacobsen. I'm the country director of Orsted Malaysia, and I've had this position for the last 2 years, and expatriated back in 2008 in August together with my family here to Malaysia. And I've been with Orsted in total a little bit more than 9 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty long. All right, cool. Thank you, Benny. Adi?
Hi, everyone. I guess shout out to Jin, Alicia, Nawal. But hi, my name's Adi. I'm a yes, and Tim just ran over and told me to smile. So my name's Adi. I'm the team leader for platform services operations. I've been with Orsted since 2012, a bit less than Benny. I've started my career here as a specialist, and now I'm in a leadership position. And I'm happily married with 2 boys. Yep.
Sorry,
So
ladies,
that's all
she's
from me.
taken. Yeah. All right. Rui?
Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Rui. So I joined Orsted since 2014, and I started as a junior software engineer, and now I'm a senior software engineer in the 6th year. Yeah. So I'm really happy to work in Orsted. Yes.
All right, cool. All right, okay. So we have a lot of people coming in. Hello, everyone. There's
Yeah.
Rafaelo, there's Faraz, Elias, Chiraji. All right, so everyone, again, welcome to Employer Spotlight. Today we have our friends from Orsted. If you like to know more about how it's like to work in Orsted, you want to find out more about the company, about their company culture, how it's like to be a member of their team, what they do to have fun, and also some tips on how to land a job with them, this is your chance. Please leave your questions in the comments and we'll actually try to answer them today. All right, we can start with the first question. Let's find out more about Orsted actually. So what is Orsted and actually what's the story behind the company? Would you like to answer this, Benny?
Yeah, sure. I'll try to keep it short. Well, we are an energy utility company. Originally, we were a Danish majority state-owned company, which was a part of a merger back in 2006. At that time, we were as black as an energy company could actually be. And then over the last decade, we have been through a transformation going from being a black fueled energy company to a green fueled energy company. So everything we do today is within renewables. So offshore, onshore wind, solar, storage, and latest we are looking into hydrogen. And we have been in Europe until 2016-17, and now we also have a foothold in the US and in Asia. And in Asia, we are in Taiwan for the moment, and looking into the markets in Korea and Japan. So yeah,
cool.
that was the very, very short story. I know we don't have so much time.
Right, so Orsted was previously an oil and gas company who has now completely turned around and became one of the leaders of green and renewable energy. So, what share with us what's the most interesting part about your job here, actually, Adi? Like, what's it like working in a energy company?
Oh, if working in an energy company that is actually all in, going green, is actually is the difference, because it's Orsted walks the talk, and it's not only a tagline. It's not something political. It's something that they actually believe in, and you can see from the sign from the on my back. I love your home, and I've been here for 8 years, and it's been good. A lot of personal milestones happened to me during this time. I got married. I got 2 boys. Yep. Yeah, I met Benny and also Rui. Yeah, so that's a big personal milestone here. And but mostly the colleagues, the camaraderie, and the personal connections with the people in Malaysia, all around Orsted, all over the world. I think that's what is special here about Orsted.
Mhm. So how would you describe the work culture at Orsted to be like actually?
It's we emphasize on an open and an honest culture. It's hard if you're not being honest and upfront over geographical locations, right? So it cuts down all the noise. It gets to the point, and it makes for a very trusting environment where that's the basis of all good collaboration, which is trust.
I see. Cool. Yeah, it's very important, especially with how recently everyone is remote working. It's very difficult to keep track of your colleagues and sometimes get in touch because everyone's at home. So it's very important for us to be able to trust each other and know that, even if you don't communicate all the time, your colleagues and your partners are actually doing their part and everyone is running smoothly, even though you can't actually see each other. But luckily, I see that everyone here is back in the office. Rui, why don't you share some interesting things about office, like what you guys do to have fun? Are there anything unique about your office?
Yeah, in our office, actually, we also have like emphasize on the health and safety. So we have the sport club in the office. So we have running clubs, and we have Pilates, and we even have badminton clubs in the office. So we also like run it every weekly. We have running, badminton, Pilates, but also because of the COVID-19, we kind of stop it because of the safety reason. And then also because of that, management had come up with this Friday pop quiz that we have every week actually. So we have like different teams and different game master to host the quiz. So we have like we talk about Denmark, we ask about Malaysia, or even we have the casual one like we ask about Pokemons, or even last week we have this makeup quiz. So all the females and also can actually get a chance to win some prize for the quiz. Yeah. And also we have these Orsted games that we have yearly. So everyone have divided into teams. So we mix everyone together. So it's in the team we have different departments and so we can get to know each other in the office. So we have months. We have games in every month. So but also because of this COVID-19, then we like kind of translate this game into the virtual game. So we actually have this chess tournament ongoing in the office. Yeah. So we go on virtual one. Yeah.
Cool, that's
Yeah,
really
so-
fun. So I guess like almost every month you get an activity to just hang out with people.
Yeah.
And there's even Pilates fitness. I think especially after working, most of us have gained weight. So I think these fitness programs would probably be really cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you won any of the quizzes so far?
No,
Nope.
but I already have like in the top 10 the best, but no, I never won any because those other people always have the chance or the lucky they just simply guess the answer, then they can go into a top first prize or what. But not me.
No.
What about
Yeah.
Fanny and Adi? Are any of you in the
No.
top ranks?
No, I my best sort of ranking is 13th, I think. So and I couldn't join the quiz about Denmark because I was the facilitator. So that was sort of my chance to win something. But yeah, I'll come strong back.
It's okay. It sounds like you guys
Almost
have fun
there.
all the time, which is really good. All right. So I think one of the one of the programs that you are featuring today is actually your Young IT Professionals program. Would you like to share about a little about it today, Benny?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we discussed for a long time after COVID sort of stroke Malaysia and the rest of the world, and we could see sort of the impact what we could do, because we are in a fortunate situation at a company because we are doing well regardless of COVID. And I think it's important that companies that are doing well throughout this crisis is also taking a bigger responsibility. So we decided to allocate 5 full-time positions for newly graduated students to give them an opportunity to get a foothold on the labor market. And that is sort of the reason, or one of the reasons behind our young IT professional program. And then it also gives an opportunity to look at our diversity across the office. We know, for example, that in some technical areas that it's mainly males that are working there, and it's difficult to find the females with the right experience. But with this program, we also have an opportunity to look into, those that have the right educational background, and then we can train them ourselves to hopefully change the future workforce to be a little bit more diverse than it maybe is today within IT.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. Especially, I think a lot of people are struggling in the job market right now. So it's really great to hear that Orsted is doing something to try to make a difference and also provide more opportunities for maybe females or minorities to actually find a space in IT, which is typically known as a male-dominated industry. And it's really great to listen. So we've actually got a few comments here that ask, like Charumati, when will the Q&A begin? Actually, if any of you have any questions, please feel free to comment them anytime. We'll actually answer them. You can find out about their companies, about their jobs, what's available, and how it's like to work with Orsted. Yeah, so I see Brian is here. So Brian must have seen a question from the crowd that we'd like to answer. Brian, take it away.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I think the crowd is very interested in applying to Orsted right now, just from the short introduction that you provide. Good response. So one of the first question is, would you hire someone with a spouse visa? A little bit operational, but a few people in the crowd would like to know. And also perhaps you can touch a little bit on the type of positions that you are hiring a little bit, because people are very eager to apply and to know more. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. If we want to apply anyone with a spouse visa, I'm actually not sure what a spouse visa is, but I guess it's a dependence visa or dependence pass. Well, you need first of all have to have the right sort of visa to be employed. But if you have that, well, and have the right background, have the right mindset, and of course for some of the position also the right experience, then we will definitely look into it. So as such, we are open to all kind of applicants, but there are of course some basic requirements that will always need to be in place.
See, interesting. Yeah. All right. So just now we touched a little bit on the Young IT Professionals program. You are hiring for other positions as well. So Adi, as a leader in a company, what kind of people, what kind of characteristics are you looking for in people who are interested in joining your team, or even Orsted itself?
All right, thanks. That's a good question, Kenny. In Orsted, we have 9 awesome characteristics. For the Young IT Professional program, we're looking at people that are ambitious, honest, and curious. Is because that's the basis that we think they'll make a good candidate. Ambitious, to go the extra mile, honest, a clear moral compass, always do what's right, and curious, open-minded, and be a lifelong learner. So those are the characteristics that we seek for the Young IT Professional program. However, there's still room for any strengths, any other strengths from all candidates.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I think that these values are not just applicable in Orsted itself. I think these values are values that will really help someone in their career. So I think it's also a very good place to learn about these things. Yeah. So for the people who are really curious about what positions are available for Orsted, you can actually find the jobs at whatjobs.com/Orsted. They actually have up to 12 IT positions available, and some of them are only available exclusively for 48 hours. So if you're interested to find out whether or not there's a role for you, you can head over to this website and also find out more. All right. So we actually have a question here that I think is quite interesting. It's from Elias. So what exactly does the software packaging intern do? Maybe Rui can share a bit about this. No?
Yeah, about software packaging intern, I think this is a team that has actually have those in charge of all the updates of the software, those we use in Orsted. So we also have, because we have in-house application that we need to like push the updates every week or every month. So this team is handling that one, and also our software updates or any application that you actually request from our internal website. This team will handling those updates, and we'll need to do like scripting and then handling all to check which PC to push the update and all these things. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I hope this answer your question.
All right. So we have another question here from Javan. It's about what happens after you complete the 18-month program of the Young IT Professionals program. Which any of you like to explain? Maybe you can touch a bit about the program, how it works, and then what's the progression afterwards. I think a lot of people will be curious about it.
Yeah, well, it is an 18-month program, but you can say the overall ambition with this program is, of course, that those 5 individuals that will be a part of this program will be absorbed into one of our permanent positions. So hopefully that throughout those 18 months that they will require the experience, the knowledge, the insight that qualify them to one of our permanent positions. So hopefully all 5 will be a part of our permanent staff after 18 months. Yes.
All right, cool. So that means any of you listening here who are fresh graduates, if you join this program, you have a chance not only to learn from different departments at Orsted, that's a multinational company, you also have a chance to actually secure a permanent position. And based on what everyone has said, it seems like it's a very good place to work. So Rui, you've mentioned that you actually joined Orsted straight away after you graduate, right?
Yeah.
How's the experience like from graduating? University and work life is very different. So how was the transition as a fresh graduate like for you?
Yeah. I think I was quite lucky at the beginning when I joined Orsted, because I don't know anything about programming back then. I only know that the basic ones, C programming, and then but I'm lucky to be hired in here, and then I learned all my programming language when in Orsted, also in my tasks and all this, and I also have feel grateful that I have mentor to guide me, to help me, and to coach me to be a good programmer. So I can say the seniors here are all like willing to share their knowledge to me, and they not afraid that because I steal their thing or what, but they just share with me and guide me to be the programmer. And I wouldn't have come this far without their guidance and what. So I'm really appreciate that, like all the seniors in here. And I'm also still learning now, even though I'm a senior, but I've still got a lot to learn from them. So not only like technical side, also my personal and also all my soft skills also as a fresh grad. Because here we also have run like agile team, so I have chance to be like a scrum master. So it's like leading a small team, like to facilitate all the meetings in the teams and handling the team problems and all this. So it's also like building my soft skill when I'm building my technical. So it's like both together.
Yeah, I think that's really great, especially since like even for me, I transitioned from a different. So I studied law, and then I'm now doing marketing. So the transition is pretty big. But one thing I think is really important at your first workplace is that the transition from work to study is quite daunting, and to find a place where it's okay to make mistakes and your leaders are willing to let you learn, especially really that you only knew the basics. It would be quite scary in the first place, but the fact that you've learned so much more and they also help you develop your soft skills, it's a really good opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
also because the seniors and the manager also like trust me to have a faith in me that I can do well. That's why they like kind of give me the confidence and I can do it. So that's why I'm still here and do all these things. Because it's also very challenging, even after so many years.
yeah, it's a never-ending learning process. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Brian is back. Looks like we have another question from the crowd. Brian?
Yeah, a good question from Jeevan here from Facebook comments. What are the three things to look out that you look out for in young talents when they apply to the program? Perhaps share with the top three values that you look out for when you're hiring candidates for any of the positions here.
All right. So Adi, maybe you'd like to take this since
Sure.
you are.
Yep. I touched a bit on this on the 9 awesome characteristics, and we narrowed it down to 3 out of the 9. But it's definitely not an exhaustive list. However, honest, ambitious, and also curious would be the key components that we look out for a young IT professional. Yep. However, we understand that everyone has their own strengths, and we welcome any and all candidates to apply. Because we do want to increase our diversity, and it's a chance for not only the candidates to learn from Orsted, but also for Orsted to learn from the candidates themselves.
All right, cool. That's very great. So expanding a little on that, of course, for curious minds, in the beginning you make a lot of mistakes. What kind of learning and training programs do you have for not only just the young talent, young IT professional programs, but also for your employees in general to upskill themselves?
Awesome. I'm glad you asked that, Kenny. Here in Orsted, we practice the 70-20-10 principle. It's where we divide the personal development of each employee into 3 different pots, if you can say, 70%, 20%, and 10%. 70% is learning from experience, 20% is learning from others, and 10% is learning through training or courses. So we put a very high portion and very high importance on the 70% because we understand that, as Rui also mentioned, that learning through experience, learning through doing is definitely the best teacher. And that's what we are trying to achieve with the program and also with all the employees. But we also do believe that employees would have the need or the wants to explore something new. That's where the 20% comes in, where they can be buddy up with an employee from a different department if they would want to learn more, and if they're interested, and if there's a position there, they can move there. So we've seen a lot of lateral movements as well. And 10% is the the official training courses from the training providers, where we have a lot of local partners, and also we do have an in-house training portal where they have a lot of courses on soft skills. They're available there. So, yep.
Cool. That's really interesting. Yeah, I think especially with how things are progressing now, it's very hard for you to progress if you don't know more. Like if you're too specialized, it's also very difficult, and it's really easier for you to be able to learn and put hands on. And if you're given the opportunity as well, it really helps you want to pick up more skills, and that will really help further along in your career. Yeah, so we're in the last 7 minutes of our show. For those who are tuning in or that just joined, this is an Employer Spotlight with Orsted. This is your chance to find out about the company culture, and to get a little bit more insight about how it's like to work here, and also to find out how you can land a job at Orsted and the opportunities that they have. So I guess a very good thing that we can talk about is, do you guys have any tips for anyone looking to join Orsted? Penny, do you have any tips you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think now we also summed it up in sort of 3 characteristics for when we talk about in this case the young professional program. But actually some of this goes for all positions. I think being curious about the opportunities that are with this company. Be curious about yourself, focusing on learning every day and have that mindset, that learning agility to always focus on what you can learn, and how you can progress your career. And then I also think, be captain of your own ship. So take responsibility for your own career. Don't expect us to come with a silver plate and say this is your next position, but explore, be curious, find out what it is that you want. Because the minute you pursue a career where you're motivated, and you actually have the aspiration to actually achieve something, then you also create the great result that will bring you there. So I think that is some of the tips that I think is important to try to convey when you are in the hiring process, at least with a company like ours.
Yeah, I think it's very important to show like a strong drive behind your career. Like I think a lot of employers, especially at Orsted, will want to be looking for somebody who has a vision to fight for and wants to grow with the company as well, and taking the initiative to show that. So yeah, I think that's very important. What about you, Rui? Do you have any advice for anybody who's looking to join?
Maybe I can give the advice to the fresh grad out there. Yeah, so never be afraid of making the first step. So especially females in IT, so be brave in accepting the challenge and don't be shy to join Orsted, because we are here to help you to be the IT professional. Yeah. And also one of the phrase that my manager used to tell me is don't be afraid to say I don't know, because it is okay to make mistake, because as long as you learn something from it, so that is fine, because you will like slowly progressing. And we also understand that you you don't know anything at the first place, but if you learn, you're willing to learn, and you can improve on yourself, so why not just join Oster? So we were here to guide you and everything.
Cool. So what about you, Adi? Let's say somebody here wants to join your team. What advice would you give them? How can they impress you during the interview process?
Cool. Yeah, but I look at the attitude and how they would fit into the team. Because collaboration and teamwork is very important here in Orsted. No one's a one-man team. You do need the support of everyone around you. So it's something that we myself value, and I think Orsted does as well, with the awesome characteristics, with our guiding principles. So there's a lot of documentation and also instructions on what's the best way to not only work in Orsted but also to lead your life in general. So I guess best tip I can say is be yourself, be honest, be curious, as Benny said, and definitely be ambitious, because we definitely would want to see someone that can not only that will drive their own development. Yeah, but definitely they will get the support from everyone here in the company.
All right, cool. All right, so we have I think it's a pretty relevant question since your focus is on IT. Brian, I think you have a question for us.
Oh, you're probably thinking the same question as I am.
Yes.
For the young IT professionals, documentation management program, how many candidates are you hiring? And how soon will candidates get a status update? Thanks. Yeah, is there any limit to how many people that Orsted is taking for the young IT professional program? And when should they expect to hear back from if they apply?
Yeah.
Maybe Benny. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we have allocated 5 positions for this program. So that is the limit. We will hire 5. And we launched sort of the recruitment process last week, and we hope within the next 3 weeks we can start doing the interviews, which also means that hopefully by mid-September or so, that everyone know whether they sort of are part of the process going forward, or unfortunately they will get a rejection letter. So so that is the process time. A month's time from now, I think we'll be close to finalize the process.
All right, cool. So I actually have an interesting question. I think that's good for budding software engineers to want to know. What's the specific programming languages that Orsted use? Maybe Rui or Adi, if one of you can share. Is there any language you guys like to use?
Yeah, we have like .NET, so it's like C Sharp. Then we also have like Angulars. So because now our new project is learning do mainly on Angular project and then .NET Core, and then if you have the Azure background, you know all this the cloud thingy, so it's also a benefit for you. And we also have like SharePoint team, so doing like SharePoint, and also if you know like JavaScript or SQL or anything, so basically this is like general programming language that we use in Orsted.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, Ruhi. All right, so for all of you that are very interested in a position at Orsted, you can check out the positions available now at webjobs.com/Orsted. They have up to 12 IT positions available, and not just for the Young IT Professionals program. They have jobs like sorry, give me a moment. Data platform architect, senior data engineer, software test engineer, senior software developer, and more. So if you're an experienced person looking for a job, there are also opportunities for you. Right. So we have a question from Muhammad Zaini. Are there positions available for remote working? For example, working from Johor Bahru. Adi, you're from JB yourself. Would you like to talk about this a little?
Yes, but I think I'll pass the ball to Benny here for this question.
Yeah. Well, we do have the offices in Kuala Lumpur, and you know, we are in a special situation right now where things are a little bit different that we expected it to be when we started 2020. So if you go back 6 months, we had the majority of our staff in the office, and from time to time people could work from home. This COVID situation have of course changed a lot. We have all been working from home for 10 or 12 weeks, and we're only 50% back. And during this phase of the COVID, well, we have quite many staff that are working from different state, and we even have some that works outside of Malaysia, but are part of our KL office. If we look forward, I think we will see definitely much more flexibility, but I also still think it will come with a request that from time to time you will need to be in the office. Whether that will be a day a week or 2 days a week or how it will be, I don't know. That is what we're exploring right now, what the future setup would be. But I think we will not be a company where people will sit remotely all over Malaysia and never be together. I think one of the strengths about our culture is actually that people from time to time are together, and I think we will to some extent continue with having that. But it's a little bit difficult to predict how the future setup will be. We are sort of in the midst of finding out what is the right way to come around the post-corona setup. But we have learned a lot over the last 5-6 months about working remotely, and it's definitely something we will support and embrace much more than we have done in the past.
All right, thank you so much, Benny. So Zaini, I hope that answers your question. Yes, most of them in Orsted are working remotely, but ideally they still prefer their team members to be able to come to the office sometimes. So maybe if you're open to moving to KL, you can consider applying as well. I'm sure they'll be very happy to welcome you. So one question that I've seen that a lot of people are asking in the questions, in the comments, is there any age limit, or what about those people who are a bit more experienced? Are you guys open to accepting that? Adi, would you like to say?
Yeah, definitely. We're open to any types of profiles. It does say young IT professionals, but it does not say young at age. It can be also young at heart. We're definitely open to any types of profiles. And I'm also seeing in the comments that there's a lot of questions about programming languages. The openings and the available positions in Orsted, it's not only programmers, developers. There's also positions that are available in operations, like where I am. SAP database, Windows Server administration, VMware, network administration, service desk specialist. So there's a lot of options to choose, and not only for developers. So yes, any type of profiles is definitely welcome.
All right, thank you so much, Benny. All right, hold on. Okay, so I think we've reached almost the end of our session. So for those that are interested, after hearing everything from Orsted, if you're interested in applying, please feel free to head over to warpjobs.com/Orsted. There are plenty of opportunities available, and like ID said, you do not have to be young in terms of age to apply. You can be young at heart. You can be passionate. You should be curious. There are up to 12 positions available from fresh graduate levels and also senior level positions. So please, if you're really interested in joining Orsted, head over to warpjobs.com/Orsted to apply. Some of these jobs are only available for 48 hours. So this is your chance to try to get into Orsted, a really cool company. So I'd like to thank Benny, Rui, and Adi today for joining us.
Welcome.
And hopefully, the three of you will see some of them in the office. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
We hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah, see you.
hope to see a lot of everyone here soon.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you for joining.
Bye. Stay safe. Bye.